be seated. Do you all come back because I was going to leave? Do we have any visitors? Raise your hands. You know, this is the first time here. Very good. I don't know how you all heard of me, but you're home. You're not going to find a better place than this. Doing with me. That is. And I want to make myself in such a way where I don't care where you are on the planet, you're home. And we're actually in motion to make sure that that actually takes place. I do give thanks to you all for those of you that are persistent. And every time I see you, I see you. And you work, you're doing something. You know, I don't know what y'all think of me. You see me, I'll be like, well, I ain't doing nothing. Well, I am working a little bit. However, you know, it's hard to give someone something that they don't know. You know, if you're feeling well and your body's in tune and whatnot, you don't want no sickness. You know, somebody comes and wants to give it to you. It's kind of hard, but you know, you don't want to really accept that. This is the same thing that's happening with us as far as bringing in this kingdom of ours. You know, we just take the earth and the activity of the earth back to where it once were before we brought in this Caucasian or the enemy of us. It would be pretty near right. Someone said you'd be comfortable with it because you haven't been changed yet to all perfect. You still got negative in you. So if we took it back to that point, you'd be comfortable. You think you was in heaven, which you would be. However, it's not the heaven that it can be. Now, since we've been expressing, should I include myself? The black man has been expressing the other side of himself. And he's used to that. I hope you all are listening. You know, I say this all the time, but I hope you're really listening. You know, he's used to that. He's used to his negative side. And I say, what he does, and he's got another man that's outside of him that has set a system up for him. You know, so you can operate in it. You don't blame yourself. How this man did it, but you operate in it, and you're used to it. So you keep. It's not great big things that you do. It's a whole lot of little things that makes you disagreeable. And even if you come upon someone that is agreeable, you don't look at him first to be agreeable. You look, now what can I find is wrong? Even when we started the mathematical thinking classes, to make you aware of that you actually are wrong, we start pointing out what's wrong. What's wrong? It's hard to give someone something that seems to be offended by what they're used to. You know, if you're used to doing wrong all along and you've done practice it so long, since you were baptized in it, it seems natural to you, although you know something's wrong. But that's the point, something's wrong. And then when the wrong is confronted from one that does not have any wrong in it, to show you, you got to change to receive what the earth has for you. It's hard to give somebody something like that. The first place, they become offended. And you know what I'm talking about. You know, even if your child comes to you, you know they don't have no authority over you. But if they come to say, Dad, you ain't doing that right. The first thing comes up in your mind is, who are you to tell me? Because you used to wrong. So it's hard to give you the right. Let me say it this way. I hope you listen. It's hard to give you the right in a pleasant manner. If you've got to have it, and the one that's giving has got to give it to you, then you make you receive it with wrong. Just in your attitude is wrong. If I'm offering to you a system that is mathematically proven to be right and exact, that will actually save your being and your soul, because this time, it's not that you're going to die and come back, and then you're going to do right. If you're living, and we've gotten to a point where you have a clear choice to make, and you have enough evidence to make it, whether you want to be with me or not, then you're not going to pass it up. I'll just pass and I'll come back. You won't exist anymore. It's harsh, isn't it? Oh, okay. This is just to remind you of what's taking place. I don't know. I do know that those that are very close to me become very comfortable. Just in knowing that I'm not going to let anything happen to them. I'm speaking now about those that are right in my home, or those that deal with me mentally, and they're right on the same accord or path that I'm on. They know I'm not going to let nothing happen to them. So it's almost like you say, well, I can just relax and take me a nap. That's what most of us are doing. I went over yesterday, you all usually do fundraisers on Saturdays. And if I do come up, it's hustle and bustle. I came over yesterday, and it looked so clean and neat. I seen Brother Lloyd, he was dashing out. And see anybody else? I said, yeah, I wonder what happened. Where are the brothers? Are they so comfortable that Allah's going to do so and so and so that they're laid back? And I'm not too proud. I'll deliver to Dennis, you just don't let me. It's hard to give you something that you think you don't want. Or if you want it the way you want it. It would be something different if I was just like you. It would be different. You could argue with me. But every time I see that when you slow up, I already know the end. And I'm looking at you. The end is catching up with you. Matter of fact, it had you in its grip until I came. And I pulled you out. You no longer have no more end. What is the birth record of said nation of Islam? You had no end. Now, you can only be in the nation of Islam if you accept it. Whether you're Muslim or not, if you don't accept it, you got to live. So if I take you out of it, and then you lay down and go to sleep, the end has been established. It is approaching. And if it catches you napping, what can I say? I'm not going back and get you the second time. We've already had that. It reads in your book or in the Bible that, death has no sting on the second death. In other words, you don't feel the sting of that from the second resurrection or from the second death. You don't. Well, here we are again. You don't hear me, anybody? I can sit beside this floor. Very good. Well, I just wanted to remind you all today, just where we are. I'm comfortable in knowing that I got something to do and I'm doing it. I have a little unrest, but I have some free time and I don't know what I'm going to do. And it keeps me feeling that way. I can go to sleep. Well, I should be doing something. If it isn't nothing but planning, then we plan this out. And I plan. And I carry it through in my mind and see if it's going to work. I may call a couple of key people that's going to make it work just to see what they say. If it don't sound like, well, I got to change this plan. They're going to mess it up. One way or the other, if it's going to work, that's going to work. Now that's what they're going to do. I want to give you the earth back. And the people on the earth want to give it back to you. Even our enemies, they want to give it back to you. And you know it's true. Those of you that have gone amongst them, and they comment on how beautiful you are. how civilized your children are. They start saying, where do you all come from? This is like saying, oh, I wish I could be like you. And if they know for sure that if you did take over the earth, you wasn't going to harm them, they would give it to you. Because they're killing themselves. But what's going to make them give it to you? You got to show that you want. We have a couple people in the family, we talking to them, and showing them, and they claim they want to be right and want to do this, and they reason with you. That's as far as you go. When you get up and leave, they get up and leave. And when they're getting up, you see that they're doing it wrong. You know, they don't know nothing. And if you bring it to their attention right there, well, why are you nagging me? The English here. It's here. He come. It's really here. You got like 14 more months for catastrophic things happen. And I'm not going to avert it from your door if you're not with me. We have, I hope you listen, we have an open enemy. So you don't be afraid of him. He's open. He's right there. He's looking at him every day. The real enemy is in you and live right with you. If it's a nation, it's the man that's in the nation. If it's your home, it's either your mother, your daughter, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your aunt. If you got yourself together and getting yourself together, you are resting the Satan in you. You got somebody living right with you. Even like I said, if you don't understand the cry of your baby, it's going to get on your last nerve and then take you right back up. Listen. So maybe we won't be so comfortable in thinking, well, I'm with Father, ain't nothing going to happen. If you're really with me, this is true. But this is what you got to do to be with me. You got to be in motion. The sun never fails to rise. Oh, shall I say it this way? The earth never slows down in this rotation. It don't speed up a mile and does it relax itself or slow down a mile. It's constant and persistent. It got its habit from the one that made it. If Allah was not constant and persistent, he couldn't put nothing else in motion that would be constant and persistent. It would be impossible. Are you sleeping? Or some of you sleeping? I guess if you sleep, you wasn't going to answer it. I thought I would come out and say a few things like that today. We have a prime opportunity to actually get our hands on some things that are already here. Some property. And most of the largest part of the property that we've been occupying for some time. Now I understand that if this actually goes through, and I hope it does, it's another woman that is right next to our property. Her land has come right next to ours and zone itself to it. She got 3 acres that she almost going to give us. Instead of buying 6 acres, we've been purchasing that and almost a gift of another 3 that makes it 9. Infinite. When she was being told about it, us buying the 6 acres, she's an old woman, but I can understand. Immediately she jumped up with a high sum of money. And the white man told her, no, these are not the kind of people you do that to. She said, oh, really? No, you don't do that to them. These people are for real. She cut the price over half. Just by him saying that. This is what I want you to see. You know, you look out the window over, you see the buildings and you see the activities, things are just this big yacht sitting there, look like a Navy boat or something. Just sitting there on the water that they didn't create and make. Just sitting there. A whole lot of activity going on over there. You got a bridge crossing the water. Black man showed them how to do that. This is the center from where the world is grass. Just look at the window, you look real red. We're going to see DC, we're going to see Virginia and everything. God himself is also here. What does that mean to you? Well, we have a place that we've gotten started out in Kansas. I'm going out there next month, and I sit to Brother Secretary, both of them. Secretary Bob Lasu and Secretary James Keeler. Every time I'm going out to Kansas, I see the pace of the community picking up, but it's too slow. You know, they just dig. We just some dig people. And then the preachers and the people that think they know something that are in politics. They don't act like, well, what you're doing here is great. But they don't put a dime or they don't mean nothing to it. So I said, I'm going to cuss them out. I'm going to cuss them out. Then I said, well, I think you think they can step up before I get there. Now I'm getting reports that they can't wait for me to come here. They're calling, asking if I really going to be there. They're going to be there. The supermarket, we started putting more things in it. People, now they're pushing shop across around in the supermarket, start shopping. I said, I ain't planning to go cut them out, you know? However, I said to let you see that there's another force besides us. And if they can trick you like they'll give you a beautiful wife. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you don't even have to put nothing on. No rouge, no lipstick, don't even have to just shake her head. Beautiful. It's all praise and thank you, my Lord. But when you get up, she's still in bed. When you leave, she's still in bed. When you come back, you better take her out to dinner. But she ain't cooking. You better sweep the floor. Then if you have a snack at midnight, you go down and get it. But she's still looking pretty. You think about it. I would like for us, it's going to happen. If I have to take my little children, I'm going to try it myself. If I have to take mine, and they, little children today, really, they look at you, and they begin a conversation over you with their eyes. If you're not thinking, you haven't learned this mathematical thinking, you know they're saying something, but you don't know what they're saying. The conversation is so pure because it's coming directly from their mind to yours. They might not be consciously doing it, but it is being done. You can't answer. You try to answer them, you start to, you think you're going to answer. However, you be so inquisitive, what are they saying? You can't, when you ask them a question, you're not answering. If you have to ask the question, you cannot be answering what the answer is. Is that right? We got to get back into it. I'm going to be seen as who I am. I'm going to be seen. You all can help it. You can be with it. If you're with this, I'm a giver. If I'm seen as God, you can be seen as God. For real. My daughter was telling me, and I hope you're listening. I'm telling you things about experiences. If you haven't experienced it, get ready for it. If you're with me. You know, before the messenger left us, we took him. I think it was, when he opened up the temple, was it in 72? On Stonewall and everything? It was 72, wasn't it? That's when he told us Prophet Muhammad was right. And like a whole side of ooh. Because everybody thought he was the original man of Arabian, as though Arabians can't be white. Yeah, he made the statement. He said, I'm telling you, you didn't know before, you let us know. However, what stood out, what stood out even more is that the messenger said that if you all stick with his teaching, you're going to become so beautiful that it'd be almost breathtaking. And at the time, I was looking around and at myself like, well, that's going to be real. Well, I'm constantly being told because I don't have my wife or wives go someplace and they got to ask me or I got to go with them, I got to chef them. If I'm in their head to a degree where they say, Father, we want to go do so and so and so. The only thing I'm concerned about is what time you're going to do it. If you tell me, well, I want to go midnight, you know you can't go. Well, I want to go just at dawn, no you can't go. Now, if you're out there and you're having such a good time, dawn catch you. fine. When you come home, I'm going to have a frowning face. In other words, when they go places, they come back and tell me the response that they get from the public. Some people just outright just give them things. Once they went to the thrift store, we should always go to the thrift store. I ain't figured that out yet. I mean, if I go to the soup maker and I make 2 cents, I got a cup of soup. Every week, it's something that they got to get. You forgot something? You went last week and do it with it? Anyhow, they stop, get out, and walking down the sidewalk, going to the thrift store. Some, if I'm telling you right, some man either walked by, rode by, stopped, jumped out, ran back. So open your door and let them into the thrift store. He done passed, but he got stopped, ran back. So open your door and let them in. Now he's making a statement. I don't know how you all got to be that way, but I sure would like to be a part of it. And don't think white folks don't know who the righteous is. I don't y'all get jealous. Because I'm talking about my wife, I'm thinking all of y'all like that. It determines on how slow you accept me, determines how fast you be beautiful. This is the message in life. He's not here now in the flesh of being the messenger, he's the king. We got to make something for him to be king of. If you remember at his last sermon, so to say, he showed off his crown, his fez. He said he was a king, he ain't no reign. Nobody had a fez like that, with that type of significance, and we made it. The sewing factory made that fez. But he said he had no reign. Well, at the time, he wasn't a king, he was a messenger. Now, he's a king. Where is the reign? So he got to stand like watching. He said, oh, you get a little slow in what you're doing. But do it possible. What can I do? If I make them do it, and then you start being king over what you got, they can sit on you. If you do it because they want to do it, you really got some people that is kin to you, that makes you the king. Did you get that? Well, I'm doing the best that you all will allow me to do. You may become very tired of mathematical thinking classes. For those of you that are not, very good. For those that are or might be getting that way or think that if you've done this, believe me, that's your salvation. I don't have nobody who believes that cannot think or will not think. Believe me, I don't. After you have proven that you're not going to do it, well then we distance ourselves from you. And you can't come back around. Even if you holding my hand. Be flesh with flesh, but you're not with me. And I'm not with you. So the classes are very, very, very important. If you don't go through it, you're going to miss out on everything that should be that makes things be. Those of you that are our parents, you got some very wise children. If you're going to base their wisdom on the archaic wisdom that you have, you're going to lose. There's no way on this green earth or in hell that we're going to continue the practice of the old thought and think we're going to bring a better new. You're going to get that. We have clear evidence just because of your age and what age do to you. That living the life of Satan or the devil is death. And you're on the road to it. Now if I intersect or intercede on that road to turn you around to bring you on a path of life and life in abundantly, the very first thing that's got to happen, you got to change your thinking. And the number one thing that I find with our parents is that you're very judgmental. You think you've lived long enough to judge the righteous. You don't call it righteous, you just judge it. Remember, I'm the judge. And vengeance is mine. You know, if I'm the God of the righteous or the God of life, it has to be more or less for the youth or those ones that has the energy to actually participate with that type of force that I'm putting out. And then by us coming alive, it is absolutely necessary for us to continue that life if we respect our parents. What I'm saying is, we can't just run off and leave. If you're going to be with me, you can't run. And to prove it to you, I first started off letting you know, I started off saying, well, I'm the prepared one. Because I knew you couldn't take, but I just finished, well, I'm alive. Oh, I wouldn't have nobody. Now, during the course of the prepared one, I said, I'm after the ones from your life this time, the 144,000. The parents, I come to get them. So you can't say, my first objective is to honor my mother and father. Is that right? However, I didn't come for you all to go to work. Like I see Sister Alice and Sister Shirley, they just be getting it. I'm not calling everybody's name singularly. I'm talking like one guy too simple. I know a lot of other y'all do the same thing, so don't leave going to, well, Father, call my name. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because when you do, you do just what I said, you judge it. So leave that alone. I just gave an example. We need to take the earth back. We got everything lined up. What we gonna do? We got people here that want to give us things. But they want to see what you're going to do with it. And I think this job is really lined up. I know the scientists told me, one of the last things that they told me, they said, you're going to have to go south right away. And when he was talking, he wasn't even looking at me. Like he was looking into a crystal ball or something, but he wasn't a crystal ball there. He just, he said, you're going to have to go south right away. Just before you get started. They said, maybe to the east, to see us some land. Just before I get started. Are we trying to get some land in the east? It's called a mill, right? At the time when he said, I don't know how to do a mill. They said, and when you do start, it's going to be like striking a match. That's how fast it's going to be. Giving credence to what Elijah said, the black man's going to grow so fast it looked like he was never down. Well, we got all the ducks lined up in Kansas. I mean, all of them are lined up. People want to give us everything. We don't have nobody to take it. The community is not participating as they should. We hear that it's the head have been funneling things there to make sure we get things going and keep it going. Because it's very difficult to keep things going in a hostile environment. Black people start every day somebody's starting something. They don't never finish it. Because they're like, well, starting it, that wasn't too bad, but just keep it going. Just keep it going. Especially when whoever's supposed to support it, they stand on watching to see when it's going to fall. It didn't fall. I knew it wasn't going to last. Well, I guess not. And then when the people do think that they're making something, that's where they try to make all the money in one week. They were telling me this, I think this week, they went to a store and came back to me and said, Father, some of this jewelry that we got on, we seen in the store is marked up 600% from a black person. They probably didn't got the same place we did. They marked it up 600%. Because they're not after God, they after the money. Here, we're doing away with money and the need for it. However, we use it until we get strong enough. Like the scientist told me, I got the bad witnesses because it came across my mind also when they were telling. We were sitting at a table in a truck stop restaurant. He said, white people ask you for money, give it to them. I said, give it to them. Then give it to them. First thing in my mind, I ain't got nothing to give. I mean, that's what came in my mind. I said, oh, I didn't ask him why. I thought about it. I took off in the truck. Matter of fact, he was like crazy because I was still working. But no, listen. I was still working. This is 1985. I was still working. And he got me on the road. So he's sitting there talking. And like I said, he put so much on me. I would say put it on me. He told me so much. I still got to read it again. He set up the whole table, salt shakers, everything that he had there, he set it up in a circle. He said, you have a mental impasse. There was one person that I was dealing with, and I thought they had to be with me to make this work. So you got a mental impasse. And you put this here as the mental impasse in the center. He said, forget that and work with everything else that's around it. And that'll take care of itself. And I said, well, what about working on this truck or whatnot? He said, you don't have to do that. We'll work with what you have got started. And what I've gotten started is Allah's first order of business. Faith. I just married my daughter in the messenger. Let me explain this. If there's a Jesus, and before the messenger passed, he was bragging by getting married. Going to a city, getting married. But he passed. You don't know we can do with him. But he was constantly talking about it. I don't know how many of you all know this, but it's well known in Chicago. He was talking this. So my twin sister thought it was going to be her. She went and ordered a dress, a wedding gown from New York City, Fifth Avenue. Sister Portia did too. She thought she was going to be the one. She never got married, did she? So when they were telling me, deal with what is already committed to me. So I took the truck back, dropped the keys cleanly. I'm gone. I left. I stayed and made sure that my daughter did not insult the messenger. And at the same time, I wanted him to see what I had given him. It's still so great. And we waking up so slow, he still don't see it all yet. It's going to take him a while. And some of y'all, by looking at her, it's a little offense to you. What do you think you would be like if I raised you from this? When you open your mouth, how are you supposed to say that or blah, blah? Or are you supposed to speak wisdom and you speak with such confidence because you got a father that you know will back you up because he's done it several times? You see? The thing that most people don't understand is that how things happen, how I make things happen. I don't wave a wand. I do force my will out for those that want to be participating in what has to take place. You pick up on it. I don't just force a particular individual unless you are mine. If you are my wife, if you are my son and you're with me and you're not going to do right, I'm going to force you to do it. If you are my son, you're not going to do right when you're a son. You're a man, you got to go. I can't force you. But you can't force me to keep you with me. Well, here's a daughter. Now, the rest of them wanted to be married. He wanted to be married to Allah himself, to be as close to him as his own jugular vein. That don't have no meaning if that was going to be physical. It's got to be whatever is feeding your brain, I want it to feed mine. And I want to get the same result that your brain is getting from the same thing that is coming through my jugular vein to my brain. All right, then, Elijah, I'm going to make you the king and I'm going to marry you. And I'm going to say that to make sure that the woman or the sister or the female that I have developed is just like me. And just before she's ready to come out of the oven, I'm going to get you to help me. So you can put your part and say, well, I am truly her husband because I have to make this. So now when I'm not with you, Elijah, I'm still with you. I don't know how I got up on that. It's beautiful, however. It's no more beautiful than you and I. You cannot be like me if you sit down in your thinking and in your physical. If you sitting down, you can't be like me. And we're at a time now where we can get something going. We had enough time to raise the money. Perhaps I thought, well, maybe I thought I got a million followers, so I just say, well, we need so-and-so. And they come out $1 a piece and got it. If that's what I was saying, I sure found it, that was for me. If you don't get something, you don't get nothing. If you don't write your letter, you can't be with me. Up until now, I may change that later. Might not have time to write. If I change it, this is how I will do it. You listen? Now you can wonder, President Clinton just speak like this, purple rain, red light, whatever. If I change it, well, you don't have to write a letter. It's because I have made enough men that can look at the person and tell, yes, you belong with us. You don't understand this? You write a letter to me because I don't see it. So when I finally do see you, I say, we have all these fundraisers and everything. How come I don't see a dime besides your name? Well, I just wanted to be saved. I didn't want you to work. Well, you wrote your letter. And you recite it. And you pay it. But we don't see you until it's time to build the place? I don't think so. So before it gets to that point, those of you that have gone through the class and actually learn how to think mathematically, because we are the head here. This is not heaven, we're the head that directs what heaven does. Right? So that means we're supposed to be able to think. Look, you still hung up with these little small time things that happen every day you get hung up with. I know you already call that. Father, I got a scenario. What do you do about this? And when they tell me, I'm thinking to myself, man, I know you're learning how to think, but you take it personal, so it stops all your reasoning. It's like you went back to square one again, you haven't learned nothing. So now you got to call and ask me something that I know you already know. If there's somebody asking you, you could tell them. But since it's happening to you, you're paralyzed. Especially if you're wrong. You don't know what to do now. I'll call fun. Then, even if you know you're wrong, because you know I'll tell you in such a way that I'm not accusing you. I'm telling you in such a way where you will see what has to be done, and all you do is do it. It's not that you're right or wrong, but this is what has to take place. Now, if you do it, you correct what you do. The other person will tell you, they'll bring you, put guilt on you. That's why you don't want to never admit to it. Because you take it personal. However, if you run it, let them put it on you and give it back to them. know, we got about $60,000 worth of gold. Brother, let really from California give it to us. And quite a bit of things that's been taking place out in heaven. It's been because of the worth of the gold. What the banks do, we try to do it here in Independence. Most banks don't have no gold policies, the ones that we deal with. They're too smart, they don't have no policy for gold. They didn't give us no money, we didn't want gold, but we wanted a line of credit. Now we paid it down to $16,000, but they hold it at $50,000. Now next month we're supposed to get it back, have it paid off and get it back. So we can probably do it again, have a line of credit. I'm saying that to say this. The more that we get, the more that we obtain, for you to be able to actually come and participate in, the less we need money. We need it long enough for people that do have money to come and give us. If it's money, you can give us money. If the man that owns the land there now, that wants to sell it to us, if we were big enough, and we seen that we were right, and this was an avenue for him to actually get into heaven, he would give us that. He would just say, it's all right in the Bible. It's in the Quran. Allah will bless you. You make the first step. I'll make the next step. You make the first step. But since we are at the process of making ourselves known as the deed of righteous, we have got to suffer first to go and do this. And after it has been accomplished, then we've got to be strong enough to actually handle what's coming. And you know how you are, so everybody else is the same way. Once they know where release is, everybody's going to be... You know see Titanic? Did y'all see the movie Titanic? Well, those who use the deep sea, they only had a certain amount of raft or lifeboats. When it was an actual fact that the boat was actually going to sink in those cold, frigid waters, everybody was trying to get on the lifesaving boat. They got so bad even when they came to be saved. They seen people drowning and they was on a lifeboat. They couldn't take the boat back in because they knew the people who wanted to get on, they would pull them down. So they had to watch them drown. What do you think is going to happen when this increases and they know that this is the place? First thing, all the new people will come running. You always think I'm just joking. Well, what we're going to do between now and then? There hasn't been no major earthquake in this area. No real tornado. No devastating hailstorm. Why? You think he's protecting the White House? You think it can happen? We're here today, we're looking at the green foliage on the trees turning. Before we leave this building today, if I really wanted to, I could strip all the trees. And all your windshields and everything be busted out of your car. What you gonna do then? I'm just saying it's a possibility. So you won't be asleep. You lay back and you relax and you're like, I don't know. It's like the sun come up and you say, And we make the sun for work. The night is for rest. Is that right? So when you're around me, and because I'm here for you to work. And I don't say for you to work for white folks. I got some real work for you. However, first, it's going to be a little pain. Those that do have, it's a painful thing to let it go. Especially when you're looking at the black man or the black woman like, I'm going to let it. They're going to squander it. If they had any sense, they would have had some. You overlook it. Let's look at it this way. God prepares well in advance. Well in advance. I've already told you all what kind of energy you're going to have, what kind of clothes you're going to be wearing if you're going to clothes in the future, right? What type of food you're going to be eating, right? I told you about on the inside of the earth, right? About other planets, is that right? Has anyone else told you these things? And mathematically backed it up? So I've got to be planning well in advance. Got to be. Even Elijah knew he was going to get married. And it was so strong, because he didn't say who he was going to marry. Sisters started getting dressed up and they were going to marry the messenger. And at the time, don't tell me that this wasn't true. At the time, the messenger was almost at his deathbed. He was 70-some years old. So my sister was something like in her 30s. My sister, she was almost older than me. What do you think about this? He never got married. And Elijah. Now, if that wasn't looking forward, his man is gone and come back. I really don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm going to say this too. I want this to get on the tape. Not like last Sunday. I'm going to bring my razor to the next meeting. You know, we've been doing this long enough now for it to be flawless. All of you all that got tapes last week and the tapes were not of the quality that it should be, returned them to the Secretary of the Department. Just bring the tape back. We got one that is right. Brother Johnson fixed it up or repaired it, and it sounds like we're in a big auditorium or Coliseum, the way he did it. He really did it good. And get your tape that you deserve from the first place. Just bring the other ones back so we can have it and erase it, and we'll give you the proper one. You know, the brothers that is being developed to be men. If I was a man that was actually a crying man, I really would cry. The sisters or the females or the mothers of these brothers or boys that think they're men, you don't have anything to boast about. If you boast about how great your son is, how great your children are, or whatever, I'm working with them. They don't know nothing. Brothers come to the store and say they don't even know how to open the hood on a car. Now, I'm not talking about a 19-year-old child, 18, 19 years old. They ask them to put the oil in, they don't know where the oil goes. But then, the black woman is so independent. Powerful black woman, strong. What if you got the black witnesses? You actually did? You sure can't say it's your son. Most of them in jail. And when they hear about this, and you tell them, you have to keep them in jail. Because you don't tell them in such a way, well, look, this is your life and this is it. You want to be partners with Satan. But you're my son. You're doing wrong, I know, but you can say, oh no. Look, you going or you not going? Where was that to go? Well, I'm saying, I'm not scolding you, but I want you to see what I see. Now, if we don't get the property, if we don't develop heaven, if we don't do any of these things, the destruction still comes. You ain't have no place to go, believe me. If we get a place here, which we're going to get, more than one place we're going to get. When it gets to a point where it's listen, everybody come here. You got a week to get here. Take your time coming so you don't alarm the enemy. Just come on. Because I'm going to be doing so and so and so over there. If there is no place, I can't say it. He's like a man playing a big wheat crop. He got no place to sell it, but he didn't do a going to put the wheat in. He hauls it in and look around, man, what do we do with the wheat? The wind come blow it away. Well, it's getting easy done. Oh, you listen to that. Because I'm not screaming and hollering. And there's no need you think you're going to go in business and think you're going to get rich. You're going to forget that. You don't forget it. There is nothing that you can go into that's going to make you money when you're going to get rich at this time. What will make you rich is doing what I did. And that'll be because the people that have got the money, like Elijah told you in the message, that the gold is in the mouth of the fish. Or the Christian has your wealth. Didn't he say that? He didn't say you had to go work and get rich yourself. He said they already got what you got to do is stand up to be the actual righteous people. And by being like you got to have something by witness that you are. You can't say, well, I'm righteous, but you got nothing. You might say, well, Brother Solomon or Allah, when I first seen you, you had nothing. When you broke, you wouldn't have it. You can't prove it. Before you saw me, I'm saying because people think crazy. Before you saw me, like some of the wives come now be with me. And like I said, it's another thing. When I say wives, some of y'all think, well, I don't know if I can go for that. Any person she can go for. It's about what has been playing. And I go by the place. If I'm not shouting at you, putting forth some force and energy, maybe you think, well, what's really important? The most important conversation that you can have is almost when you got a strain in your ear to hear it. When somebody's shouting, that takes it down to a very low level. For real. Now, if they're shouting because they're in a large auditorium, they want everybody to hear. Well, naturally, that's understandable. However, if you're speaking face to face in a small place like this and you got the proper amplitude. Now, I can raise my voice to show my emotions or excitement or like others, just to give an understanding of just how this is affecting me. However, if I want to get a real point across to you that it is a real point, it's not spoken loud. So don't go to sleep because it's spoken softly. That's what you should, that's when you should really listen. Everything that worked for you before in this man's world is not going to work for you anymore. I'll say it again. There are some people that I know by name here that I have a interest in. I won't say special. However, I have an interest in to make sure that certain things happen with them, for them, and to them. I won't call them names because you all know that I'm biased. You know how you think. But there are people's names that we're still calling today that God worked with: Moses, Abraham, Lot. So why can't I have a few now? If you don't trust me, it's because you haven't studied me. If you see me like you see everybody else, then I can understand you got to trust me. If you have studied according to what was said before I actually arrived, and according to what I'm saying, how to understand what was said before I arrived, and you put it to test, then you know you can trust me. I know I heard the messenger say one Sunday, I'm going to bring it back out to the temple, 2 o'clock next Sunday. Everybody was there, waiting for the messenger to show up, 2 o'clock. He didn't show up. So I said to myself, I said, man, this is the messenger of Allah. Why did he tell us to go be here at 2 o'clock? It's 2:30, he ain't here. You know, I'm thinking this. So nothing came in about by 3 o'clock. Hour late. I thought, like everybody else was saying, he's an hour late. He came to the podium and I joking me in. He must have picked up on what I was thinking. Or maybe all of us were thinking the same thing. Won't you listen? He's the messenger of Allah. And he said it this way. If I tell you I'm going to be someplace, or for you to be someplace at a certain time, and I'll be there, I'm giving you the time for you. I'm never late. When I get there, when I'm supposed to be there. Is this too choppy for you? If I tell you I'm going to be at your house at so-and-so time, and if I don't make it, I'm not making any excuse. If I don't make it, you're going to know before it gets late or I'm past the time I told you, you're going to know. I'm going to let you know. If I have to send you, telepathically, let you know. Usually I'm right there. When I say I'm going to be there, I'm there. However, if I'm not, it's going to be very close to it. You will find that you can trust me. But you'll never know if you don't try it. We're blessing people with some things, and some people we haven't blessed. The person that is really blessed is the one that has the ability to think. You're really blessed, though. We said we have some visitors here. I'll open up the floor today to the visitors. If they have no questions, I don't know how taking a question unless it's present. I don't like to ever just put a period to it. If they need to be present, we're not going to go into the questions. However, if the visitors have a question or questions, you may ask me. One of the ones that's already with me has a question from someone. You may ask me. I do want you to understand, being laid back, because you know, this is headquarters, and the head don't really do no real physical work. However, it does all the real work. If that boy starts working, you're in trouble. The feet can't carry you right, your arms don't go right, you're just in trouble. Would you all sound human? Well, what would you do if it's something you had to do? And someone was trying to stop you, for real. They were trying to stop you. However, what you're doing is not a choice. It is an extreme necessity. What would you do? You do. What set of circumstances could come up that would make you not do what you had to do? Would you stop short of killing? You would stop if you had to kill. I'm asking these questions because I want you to think. Because I am human. Humble. There is most of you all have had spiritual experiences. So you know that there is a higher power. You already know that. What is it that you think that these higher powers don't have the capability of doing? Saving you? Making you rich? You think they have limitations that compare to your limitations? What is it that this 10,000 angels, this set of 10,000 angels is supposed to do? Or is supposed to make sure I fail? Well, if I'm unsuccessful in producing some people that they can commune with, then their power to actually give you something is wasted. They can't give it to you. I cannot give my child the keys to my car if they're unwilling to learn how to drive. Just because she's 21, I say, well, I want to go out and I want to go to the store myself. I want to drive the car, Dad. I know you want to. But without your daughter, I'll take you. No, I want to drive the car, Dad. When did you learn how to drive? Well, I don't, but I seen you on the right hand. I'm saying all these things, but I want y'all to really see what's happening. We got decided to come up with the money for the closing of this party here. If any of you all have anything, can you get it? I would urge you to get it. If you can't, you can't. And the ones that can't is because you're not with me. And that's not, I'm not pushing you into a corner. You can't be with me if you're not really with me. You can't say, oh, well, now we can't be with me that way. It takes time to be with me. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's what will make it if you can't. When it gets to a point where it has to be done, you can't do it. Because the time that would allow you to have to deal with me, you used it up. It's past, it's gone, it's over, it's finished. Even if you have. But there's something in you, just like the sister out in heaven. She came out to heaven. And before she left here to go to heaven, I told her to listen. Do what you want to do. Don't go to heaven because that's where I think you should go. If you go there and you don't want to go, you're going to come back. I'm not going to put you in no class. I'm not going to look at you in the lesson when I look at you now. You're still a sister. Do what you want to do. Well, Father, I want to go. I wish you didn't want to go. I said, you sure? Yes, sir. All right. I ain't helping you to go. She called and let me know. I had people talking to her. She was there. There's just something in her that made her want to come back and be with her family. Her lost family. Her grandchild or grandchildren. Something that's in her. Hey, I can't write that. You should have said that to yourself in the beginning when you had the opportunity and don't even go. Now, I could have said nothing, but they ain't said nothing to me. Most people think, well, I didn't do wrong, Father gonna get me. You mess up. What makes you think I'm like you? I'm gonna get you. You done got yourself. And she came like and said, well, Father, I'm back. I couldn't make it. Okay, just sit back in. But shame is on it. Satan was talking to you. If you go back, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to talk about you. Man, I wouldn't go back there, right? And they listened. They came back. But we didn't stop. And the destruction happened. So they get caught up. Who gonna save this? Is your grandchild gonna save you? Your lost found family gonna save you? What they're gonna do is pound you to death when they find out that you made it appear as though this had no power. And they made their judgment based on what they see you do, and they found that you was just dire error. So they will do you like they said to Jesus. Let's stone him. Don't you kill him, Jesus. Let us have him. He wants to kill him. Don't make it stone him. This is for real. This is for real. I'm saying all that to say that we have an opportunity now. We put our word out, we sign a contract. There's certain things that take place by a certain time. We can make it happen if you're for real. If you're not for real, it ain't going to happen. I was still eating my business. But then I don't know what side of the brain that's not working since we're here. I hope you listen. I'm not saying this to put no guilt on nobody. I'm saying it because it's real. If you have a God that's greater than me, if you have a system that you set up as a God that's greater than me, well then that's your God. Be loyal to it. And when the end confronts you, call on it. And if it answers, then I got to resign as being God. If I'm correcting my wife and my son 10 years old jumps up in my face, he's going to do something to save his mouth because he loves her. He remembers sucking from her breast. I don't care how much he jump up. That's the end of him. Let him call on his mommy. Don't you understand what's being said? What I'm saying is this. I love you. You jamming me in the corner. You won't let me show you that you love me. And what you're really telling me, I got a God besides God. And I'm looking at what you do. Let me check your God out. Oh, wait a minute. I think I've already checked at all gods. I haven't found one yet that surpassed the supreme being from the beginning. And I'm surpassed him, so where's the other? Right? Brothers, we've been a very poor church. Is it that you really had nothing, you were on the other side of nothing? Your ability to actually come up with something that's so near that the proof is in the pudding that it's still nothing? Isn't that bad off? And if I come that late, around the country, if I was like Louis, people sending him money every day. He ain't doing nothing for him. You don't send me money. Money sent to the secretarial department and it is dispersed for what we're doing. You know, just about every month we send somewhere to $5,000-$6,000 like they told you. To make sure things continue to go on. And Brother Alain's been at that. He's seen the brothers right there building. He knows the need for people that is professional in order to do things. He went and saw it. Matter of fact, I asked my wife to ask him, he too. For the ones that's out there need help. Nevertheless, it has to be done. All right. You know, Delaware is the first place that we were brought to as slaves. And we named it Delaware. But that's what the real devil is. He's still there. Is the mirror in Delaware or in Maryland? The mirror is in Delaware, where the real devils are. And we're going to have our own people running this when we get that. Matter of fact, I think some of them already there, or they will give that money to start to learn how to do things, to start taking over. And we're going to do it in such a way where we're not going to lose any of the business that's coming in. And it was a statement made that since we've been in negotiation and whatnot, the business has picked up tremendously. They want to know where all this business is coming from. So we're not going to just get rid of the white people right away, the key people, because we don't want the community or the people that we're serving, that they're serving, to think that there has been a drastic takeover. We are not producing enough now just to have 8 meals just to do the bread that we have. However, we're going to grow, so why not get it now, since we do things well in advance, and let them participate in like they've been participating. And we don't have to pay salaries other than the people that we will keep there until we phase them out. Now, what will determine how successful we are with the community is what the people that's leaving or being phased out say to the other customers. If their say is favorable, we will keep them as customers. If it's not favorable, white folks will go 200 miles out of the way just to go past you. Normal You won't go one block to go to your own store. Matter of fact, you will pass your store to go to Wayne. Well, not that I'm backing off. I want you to see that I am here and I do see what's going on. You know, I did it once. My son was in an accident. Oh, he wasn't in it. He was the brunt of it. A car struck him, and you know, they give you money for put it in a phone, they won't let him have it for so time. Well, it's a good practice that this world does, because the way they taught each other, money is so inviting and so enticing, it would be spent for the child actually goes to have any benefit from his tragedy. So they naturally did the same thing with my son Brian. You know, they said how much money is going to get, but we never saw a dime. They put it in a bank and put it in a trust fund. So we got to be a certain age, he would at least have enough to start off with or to do something of his life that he would want to do. I'm sure you all understand what I'm saying, right? This is the same thing with me. I'm a giver. If you have something, I give it to you. If you have nothing, I give that to you. Sometimes having nothing is better than having something. Because you're not all hung up now. When you do start to achieve, what you achieve is really real. I think about maybe had enough. I would like to see us have the property. The property is 6 acres. It has 3 homes and potential that's unimaginable. I would like to see us do it. I would like to see us keep our word with it, with this potential. You know, I was teaching one day, I was going to change the tire on the bus because the people had messed it up. Wasn't nobody around. I was out there, I had my work I think I had on jump suit and everything, or a couple of, I had a 4-way lug, I was out there working on it. This man pulled up with his truck, got out, he said, no, don't do that, don't do that. I said, well, yes. I got it. He took the rest from me, jacked the thing up, did the rest. I said, look at this. Then when he finished, he started telling me how much he did like work for. Then he gave me a book that fixed the reason why we shouldn't act like people. This is the man that's selling us the property. You see? He said, the only thing I asked you to do is just give me the book back when you finish. I said, okay. We went on a trip. I had my wife read it to me while I was driving. I said, man, this man. So I got back and I gave it back to him. He said, what do you think about it? It's got a lot of truth in it. Well, how will I know if the heavens love me if they don't do things like that? How will you know that if I love you if I don't produce nothing? If you say, well, Father, you got to ask us for it. Well, they're asking me. They're telling me, look, I want a few good minds. That's all we want. This is the scientist telling me this. This ain't just some Joe Blow. This is the scientist that's telling me. Same here, we sit at the table telling me that I had a mental impact. He said, we only want a few good minds. He didn't say we want the black people. He ain't saying that. So if I'm not the producer, what are you telling me for? So who will show you love me? Yeah, they love me. But I got to do something. I got to produce these few good minds. Anything I want a few good bodies. Minds. Why minds? Why not a few good black men? Why not a few good gods? They can minds. What are they going to do with a mind? They're going to rule this planet and universe. Think about it. So you make the step, we'll make the rest. And those of you, any one of you, or collectively, if you see that this is done, the nation will repay. Or they'll make the payments for you. It has to be that way. I'm living and breathing every day. So I'm watching if you're going to try me. Are there any questions that anyone would like to ask of me, especially the ones that have never asked before, or those someone is going to go to the mic, or someone that's with me? The question got to be present. Now, if you ask me what you've already asked me before, then you're present. Just get the cheat and hear the same answer. Those that have never asked me anything, even if you're with me, if you've never asked me anything, not questions that I've already asked, answered, then you may ask me. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Wake up. You know, the sun came up, it's going down. We can see it as it's progressing, going off into the west. Right? Yes, sir. Don't let this opportunity do the same thing. And don't sell yourself so cheap. You know what they did for earrings? They broke off the gold earrings. Made a golden calf. You don't see no rings. You don't see no watches. You don't see no chains. If you can't sell it, don't sell it, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not saying that for the system. You know, we do everything in a balanced manner. If you do what you understand, don't try me in an ignorant way. I'm not asking you to go sell your home, sell all your furniture, do everything, and you got to go it. And you say, Father, here's the money. And then you still standing there. That's what you're standing for. Ain't got no place to go. Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Don, everyone, and I'm new here, so as y'all can see, I want to thank you for who you are. I'm sorry, sir. That's all good. It might be up to it. This is a dream I had, and y'all might be the ones that took it. In the dream, there was a dream that there was a nation in heaven, and on one side of heaven there was a bunch of black people. And there was a bunch of women in white like what I'm seeing here. And what I'm trying to say is that brothers or guys, excuse me for pointing again, brothers. Like I said, this is my first time here, and I'm a person, I do have very good vision, and what I'm about to tell you is going to happen. What's the brother's name here again? Father, I'm going to call you Father, Abba. I really want to bust up on y'all, but I'm going to take my time for a second. The best way you can get that land is, only thing you have to do is put your trash can or whatever you want to load it up with. Every day, anybody has in their heart to come and drop something in that can. And I guarantee you, within 1 month, y'all have over $100,000 to $200,000. And, well, the only thing I see here is victory. I mean, I want to cry, but I can't. Because God has been good to y'all, and y'all just don't see what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm saying in my own vision, this is what I see. Heaven has got its doors open right now. You know what I'm saying? But the thing what I'm also is trying to let you see is that if y'all follow what your brother and your father is trying to put forth for y'all, you got to for a better home, you got to for a better life. And I could say that it's going to be wonderful getting there, but once you put that pearl or whatever down, and feel free every day to drop a penny, nickel, quarter, dollar, whatever. And I guarantee you, all your goals and all your wishes are going to come true. You know, because Jesus Christ, he walked with no goal on it. He didn't even have no one to just, I mean, he had to do the follow, but he didn't want the whole world to come. But the only thing he wanted was just a few believers. And, you know, what I see in here, this is why things are so small here, because God likes to deal in small groups. And I don't even know why I stepped in, but I asked my children in the back, I say, look, we're going to church today. They didn't know what kind of church we was going to. But see, I'm a person, my lip is kind of tightening up in here because I'm new here and I don't understand why I'm getting this little tightness up in here. But this is what I want to say is that keep your hope and your dreams, your visions, and just believe in what you're doing, and everything is going to be perfect. Like he said, the end of time is at hand. The devil is out there choking us down. You know, he's destroying right now as we speak. What I'm saying, y'all might be the one that I've seen in heaven. Now, I've experienced VerCon, I experienced a lot of brothers, and I've been to a lot of meetings, so I'm really not new. But I don't do a lot of traveling. I just let my mind does all my traveling. You know, my body don't do that much traveling. Now, I have talked with God many a times, and God gave me so many visions and so many dreams. And what I'm doing here today, when I first met, Father or whatever, but you are, whatever God has got you here for. Y'all gonna have to excuse me for a minute because, like I said, when you knew at certain things, and I'm like, y'all family with me, I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the thing, what I'm trying to say is that I believe in you. I believe in people that's searching for hope. You know, and that's our hope. It's right up there, and he's watching. You know, our every move. So, only thing I'm trying to get at is that believe in what you're doing and don't let it go. Never let it go. I mean, because it's going to come a day. I'm not even going to go on a relationship but I'm saying it's going to come a day. Even your own brothers, your white brothers, your Hispanic brothers, so forth, nationality brothers, all over the world, it's going to challenge us. And God is going to be with y'all, but I'm saying there's going to be a lot of people going to lose their lives believing in God, you know. So stay strong, you know, and just put God first. Follow your leaders, because your leaders is not going to lie to you if they believe in you. And if, first of all, your leaders got to believe in the Father that brought him here, you know. And this brother, our Father, is so far. I sat there and I listened. I haven't felt no negativeness. Nothing. As far as, you know, donations, stuff like that, before I leave, I can drop just $1, and that $1 that I'm going to sit down, it's going to make y'all within 2 months. Y'all going to have whatever y'all want. You know, but you got to just come in every day. I mean, if your heart says, whoa, I'm going to put a quarter here. Your heart might, soon you step out the door before you leave, you might say, I want to put 2 more quarters in here. You might leave again and come back. You might even just ride around the block. Or you might get home and call your brother up and say, look, this $1 a little fundraiser. Just me and you know. Oh, the next brother. I mean, y'all going to get what you want. You know. But you know, you just got to just say, hey, I'm going to do it. This brother's here for us. I'm here for him. You know. Don't make it a joke. You know, because, you know, a small group of y'all, that's all God needs is a small group. He never go to the crowd with But so many people is like, I mean, walking in a crowded house, it might confuse me, you know. But coming into a house that I can deal with and say, okay, this child over here needs shoes, this child over here needs this child needs that. Fulfilling all that and believing that you can do what you want to do, you know, but putting God forth first, that's the greatest belief of them all. You know, because God is your provider, you know. And, I mean, I've been blessed all my life. Even when I was a baby, when my eyes was closed, I could hear voices from heaven telling me everything's going to be all right, you know. I mean, I'm not going to get deep here for a minute, but I would love to, but this is not my tone today. But one thing I want to say, just sit back and share together your thoughts, and you know, like all the sisters here, y'all can do a lot of things. I mean, because you know, our sisters, they're great cooks. Only thing you have to do is go out into the communities and just do all kinds of things that you never think y'all can do. And the brothers, you know what y'all can do. So just make y'all dream come true. That's all I want to say. God bless you. We thank the brother for what he shared with us. You never knew who was amongst you. You never know. So you're always right. And you don't mind who's ever amongst us. And they're not going to catch us wrong. And what the brother is saying is absolutely true about how making an improved way a barrel. That's good. Barrels used to be. You didn't say a little jar, so at least if you get the food, you got something. But I did the very same thing he did. You know, you all had your fundraisers and everything. I took a big jar that when my wife brought, like a big baby bottle. And I just put the quarters in. I want to see how much they were holding quarters. Because when we brought it to the house, they had it about on the fourth floor. When I got it all filled up, I rolled a quarter to the bank account and went down to $1,800. I started this again. I don't think I'm going to be here long enough to fill it up. You know what I find myself doing? Exactly what he said. The money brought in is counted, so we take it to the bank. I make sure the person is counting it. They come up with the accurate figures. But I don't count it. You know, I don't count it. I don't even touch it. Unless I have to. But I always check the change. I always check the pennies, the dimes, and the nickels and the quarters. It's like that cleans up everything. I go and roll it up. I do it myself. To make sure it's right. And like, in my mind, when that's taking care of everything, it's complete. Listen.
That's my microphone. I know you're going to get this money. I know I'm going to get it. I'm going to give him $200. Everybody else can give him $200. Whoever comes here, they're going to get it. I'm going to give all that I can. And I'm going to give him $200.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Well, that's the type of spirit we should have. If you don't have it, she said everybody can get it because she's getting hired right there, you know. If you don't have it, try it. Now, I'm not saying go robbing a bank. You know, my grandson was up here last week, and he and my brother inspector went out on the road and they stopped. When he got out of the car to change drivers, he dropped his wallet. He didn't know it. So he was all in the frame, wondering what happened to his wallet. He couldn't find it. So mother, thinking the way I think, said, go back to where you got out of the car. Sure enough, he went back. He seen his wallet sticking up. Where no money is. There's license, you know how you carry everything in your wallet. He looked further up, and he seen the 20 laying up against the railing. And then his brother just laying up against the railing. I gave him $50 to make a trip. He had spent 10. He wouldn't bring 20 away, and the other 10 was the same. All the
because he wasn't paying attention that night. However, it was still, this was 3 days later. So this was like 3 days later when he went back to get it. How long was it? 3 days later. Nobody stopped, nobody seen it. He's still sitting there waiting. You see? Well, I have. Let me preface that. I give all that to you. Because if I give all I have, you can't take it. However, those of us that's coming up as children into this, being yourself, you should give all that you have, not physical things, but you should give of yourself, meaning this. If you're going to give, like if the sister going to give $200, she says, well, I'm going to give $200. What you do, you say, well, I know I can use it. I know certain obligations got to be met. Anything over that, and even if I can trim that, I'm going to give that. That's giving all that I have. That's how you do it. You got it? If you don't have it, and you want to be recognized, or you want God to bless you, then start thinking, how am I going to do this? You like the brother, he heard when he was in the room. His eyes were still closed. Your eyes is open. Ask Allah. Ask. Make it possible. Allah, would you make it possible that I'll be able to give something monetarily at this time for this particular project? And at the same time, prepare me in such a way whenever this comes again, that I can give all that I have and all within my power and still be happy. See if I can answer you. Any other questions? 4:30. Well, I wasn't going to speak very long today. I want you to understand that this is the brother that came up and just spoke. I allowed him to speak what was in his heart. He spoke what is true. If we, he's not with us. It's the first time you've been here, so he said. We've been here, we've been learning, we've had this math, whatnot, and it's no stranger. It don't mean he's doing anything different than what you can do. Because God already prophesied that we're going to give young men dreams, or old men dreams, or young men visions. So he let us know he had it before he was almost born. So you here now. You can call the name of Allah. You can call him by his name, not by his title. So you can say, in the name of Allah, or you can say, Father, or you can say, Royall. I need to be able to answer when you call. Will you help me? See what I do. If I don't help you, then I want to know how did you ask me? You may put a slur at the end of it. I didn't answer you. You had your hand up? Or you stripped it? Yes, ma'am. Just like you can speak with it.
Did not sit well with me. I know that we should know that you are not negative at all.
Well, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh,
I just wanted to say, I have spoken to the gods over here, and I think it's Wednesday night they're supposed to come over, and we will have the money Friday so that you need, because they have promised they're going to do something. They didn't say what, but we're all going to get together, and we're all going to get the money so that all of us will be a part of doing it, not just one person doing it. And then they're not a part of it. We're all trying to get the head more. We're all trying to build a nation. So if one person do it and the rest sit on the side, it somehow another, I don't know what the word to say, but it ain't right. We all go get together in this time because we all want to be happy and enjoy the nation and the land or whatever, And as I say, I took a job last week because I wanted to give $100 a week to the nation. I'm a little bit civil, not much. But I went out to go to school so I could learn how to work in the sanitary department because I had forgotten it's been so long. Instead of they let me go to school, they give me a structure job to teach constructive how to smell the truth like. Well, I did all that because when you're poor, you can't afford to hire somebody, so you practice on your own house. So therefore, when I got to tell them all the things I have done, I got the job. But Lord have mercy, you know something, I just was so tired when I come home yesterday. I felt young, but he told me that I'm not as young as I think. So I don't know how long I'm going to stay on this job. However, I'm going to stay there for a while so I can learn just what to do. So maybe then I can teach a brother when he comes out to how to do things properly, like fixing the building or whatever, And I said again, we need brothers that we could send to school to learn something so we'll come out and help the rest of us. Or some brothers or sisters go to culinary school so we can learn to cook. Professional that we can really make money cooking if that's what we want to do. But first, somebody's got to show us how to make it pretty. Just placing it on the plate, things of that sort. So, but anyway, my sister over here, she has a nice bakery started. There was over her place last night, and she's doing wonderful things, putting pies out in the neighborhood and around in business stores, and we just ought to get in to help the sister,
If this is, we got somebody that's actually ridiculous. We should be their largest customers.
Yes.
Their nation. If they're doing it right, we should be their largest customers. There ain't even no question about that. Even if they have to cater to us. If they get a system set up, and as far as us going to school to learn how to do certain things, we have people that already know. But on the hand, one thing I do know, if we get the facilities, my wife knows how to do a lot of things. Like when you decorate the place and everything, this wife knows shit. In other words, the scientists prepared her on the mothership. Before I even knew her, she got prepared. So there's a lot of things she knows. We don't have no place to do it. We're still doing it in the kitchens. And I think last week we were at the place there, I think Sister Brother's Robert's wife, Sister Marshall, I think they were saying that she's a professional caterer or cook or whatever it is. And the people offered her a job. They like when she did so much. So she's already with us. We got to get a place where we can do it in one piece the other. So we got the people. So that, our last resort is to go and pay to be taught. Last resort. However, if we got the people that already know, let's do it. I mean, the earth belongs to us. Let's do it. We don't owe no allegiance to no one else other than our own survival, our own self. As long as we think we owe somebody else allegiance, we're always a servant. We're not to be servants unless we're serving ourselves. And the background to such like when you serve yourself, everybody benefits from it. Everybody. God man put the sun in the sky. He put the earth in rotation. Anybody else do it? So everybody is benefiting from it. Even I hope it was even Satan. If it were not for the black man, wouldn't be no activity, wouldn't be no structured knowledge. So he would have benefit from us to give him something to do this topic. So God, but you can't see God sitting down. So that's what I'm saying. And this is when our parents, the season when the sister, I keep in mind, I don't want to see sister, frustrated with the laziness of the black man. I don't want to just keep coming to ask me for certain things. Things have got to grow. It's got to grow. So, with that said...
Yeah, so how many brothers coming over Wednesday? And I want 15, 20 people. Come on, I see some more back there. Don't have their hands up. And we're going to have the money by Friday, right? Right. I can't hear you. Right. All right. We're going to have this money. So now Father has to stand up and beg us for the money. It don't make no sense. Assalamu alaikum.
She's only saying what we can do. If you don't show up, you can't do it. If you show up and you can't do it, then everybody knows you can't and they can't understand. You don't show up, they're going to look at you because you couldn't. You do what you can do. What you can't do, call on me. What you can do, you don't have to call on me. You can do it. Right? I love you all. I'm attempting to prove it every second. I've made a statement that I know is true as long as I'm around on this planet getting things together. As long as there's money, I'm always going to be poor. when we get this done, I see something else. However, it's going to get to a point, my son had a vision, just like your brother said, he called me up in the middle of the night. I don't know if y'all heard this before. Called me up in the middle of the night, by 2:30, 3 o'clock. He ain't with me. He wears my name, Royall. He's the second. He said, Father, I just had he said a revelation, that's what it was. I had a revelation. Father, when I said, what is it? He's been mad at me for years. He don't call me, especially that time in the morning. I had a revelation. He's talking like we was the best of friends. All the love in his voice and everything. I'm just listening. He was the head one. He says, I was just shown that the whole world economy is going to be dependent upon you. You're going to determine how everything develops. And his brother been telling him just the opposite. And he didn't believe in that. He called and tell me that this is what he showed. He said, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about no money. The whole world is going to, the economy is going to depend upon you. Then it's going to get to a point where there ain't going to be no money. There's going to be so many people that are listening and working that when you have been working, they won't be able to be counted. He called and told me, you think he's here yet? You see? It's going to happen. So I'm going to be broke until I ain't no more money. Because I got to get the earth back. In the process of doing it, I'm inviting these few minds that the world rulers, when I'm you run this planet, I'm not talking about world rulers in different sects, different countries, land masses. Because they ain't ruling nothing. They just pawns for Satan. If they were so great, there would be some peace, but there ain't no peace, no place. And that same scientist told me they're going to be fighting everywhere except Australia. Everywhere they're going to be fighting. And I'm going to have to control the degree of their battles and fight by the natural elements. They say they just say we were, they say you were controlling. But they can be fighting everywhere but Australia. I'll tell you next week, Australia. I'm like,